Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the BOCC County Commissioner Regular Meeting for April 7th, 2026. If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Any additions or removals from the agenda?
I have none.
Okay. The agenda will stand as approved. Constituent time, is there anybody in the room that would like to address the board now? Okay, Chuck? Just state your name and address as always. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First name Charles, last name Cherek, Cherek, 5607 2000 Road. And going back a couple of weeks, I had asked the ladies and gentlemen up here if anybody had an idea of how much money we've generated in taxes from the solar farm that's in place and running. And can't seem to get an answer from anyone, and whoever you ask doesn't know. We were told when it was put together that it was going to generate over 15 years about $13 million in tax revenue. It was going to create 350 jobs, and it was going to reduce our electric bill. And I can't seem to get my arms around this. I know it hasn't reduced our electric bill. It's gone up 20%. 18, they say, and when they look it all over. So I'm just kind of trying to follow this because, as you know, we have another solar project coming up. And we seem to be kowtowing to people involved. So I was curious if somebody could kind of get their arms around it and at least direct me in the right direction, someone who has those numbers. That's all I got. I just thought I'd remind everybody.
Well, I'll get back to you, Chuck, and those taxes may be computed on a quarterly basis and they're not out yet. I don't know, but I'll check into it for you, Chuck.
I appreciate your help. Thanks, guys.
Chuck, I'm gonna help you out with a little bit of something. It never said it was gonna reduce the electric rates. It said it would help stabilize and minimize future increases. That's, I remember very surely. And I'm the last one that would be said to be kowtowing to the renewable energy.
I'll send you a copy of this so you have it and you can read it.
For the 350 jobs, those were all the temporary construction jobs. They do have about 4 people employed full-time as caretakers out there.
I'm aware of that part, but 4 is.
So there was never 350 full-time FTEs.
Well, that's what it said here. So I'm just, trying to get everybody up to speed. So
Okay.
I
just want to make sure the record recorded that.
You know how this goes around here.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the room? Anybody online, Lindsay? No? Okay. We'll go ahead and move forward with our agenda. And next up, County Clerk Terry Stevenson.
Good morning, Commissioner. This morning I have for your consideration the minutes for the March 3rd BOCC regular meeting. Do you have any changes, deletions, or those minutes?
Is it March 3rd or March 17th?
Oh, March 17th, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I've got them.
Okay, I also have the minutes for your consideration for the March 31st special meeting. Are there any deletions or changes for those?
I saw that.
None.
Thank you. I also have this morning for your consideration, special events permit for the NFRIA Reserve Conservation Center doing business as Western Slope Conservation Center with an event to be located at 759 Shady Lane in Paonia on May 30th. This will be from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. This is an annual event. We received all necessary documentations. Notices have been posted and fees have been received. I have notified the sheriff since this has been an annual event and there have been no issues with any previous permits. Therefore, I would recommend your approval of this special event.
Harry, I did have one question on this one. On their application, question 4, does the applicant have possession or written permission for the use of the premises? They did not answer that.
They do. In fact, they actually own that parcel of land at this
Okay.
time.
Then I'll move the board approve a special events permit for Enfria Wazurt Conservation Center, doing business as Western Slope Conservation Center, with the event to be located at 759 Shady Lane, Paonia, Colorado, on May 30 this year, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m.
I will second the motion.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so done. Thank you.
For your consideration, I also have a liquor license renewal for a hotel and restaurant for Kyle's Grill and Bar, located at 2323 South Grand Mesa Drive in Cedar Edge. I've received all necessary documentation. Notices have been published and fees have been received. I've also contacted the sheriff, and he has had no issues with this license. Therefore, I would recommend the renewal of this license.
I've got no questions.
Okay.
I will make a motion that we can approve the liquor license renewal for the hotel and restaurant Kyle's Grill and Bar located at 2323 South Grand Mesa Drive in Cedar Edge.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, so done. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have today.
Okay. Commissioner Business, Robbie?
First on the agenda, the consideration of a proclamation declaring April 6th through the 12th, 2026 Public Health Week. Public Health Director Jackie Davis is here.
Morning, Commissioners. Yes, I'm here for consideration of the proclamation of Public Health Week. Delta County Public Health is all here representing, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate all of their hard work for what we do, what public health does in our community, from environmental health, the WIC program, and our nursing, and our EPR, which responds to emergencies. We have a really wonderful staff who spends a lot of our week providing services to our, not only folks of our county, but across the Western Slope, ensuring healthcare and services. And so that's what I'm presenting that to you today for your consideration.
Thank you.
Copy of it.
You bet.
Before you do, how about if you introduce your team to us today?
Yes, absolutely. So we have Shirley Tatto. She is emergency response and preparedness. We have, I don't know who's behind me here. We have April Hoke, who is our WIC director. Robin Mills, who is our nurse family practice practitioner. We have Naza, who is our front office. We have Leah Rawson, who is our clinic nurse manager. I think that's it. We have some others that aren't here today. Our environmental health staff are doing RFEs, as well as doing presentations about bugs and vectors to preschoolers today. Public Health Week this week is called Ready, Set, Action, showing the action that we take in our communities. And so we're going to be in the communities this week talking to preschoolers, talking to our community about STIs and about contraception. We're also going to, which we're inviting you as well, to a walk that's Thursday morning at 11 a.m. at Confluence Park, kind of kicking off or actually ending Public Health Week. We're also going to be having an MMR clinic on Friday in our clinic. So doing all things actionable in public health this week and showing everything that we do.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, we would like to read this proclamation for the record. Delta County Proclamation for Public Health Week, April the 6th to the 12th, 2026. Whereas the public health system strengthens Colorado's health, safety, environment, economy, and resilience by bringing together everyone who has a role to play in stopping health threats before they start, protecting clean air, pure water, safer neighborhoods, and preventing injuries, disease, and illness. And whereas building on the field's many decades of experience, public health departments are changing to meet the needs of the 21st century and using science and data with partners to recognize patterns and problems, ensure food and water safety, strengthen immunization systems and policies, and track quickly and respond to and prevent outbreaks of infectious diseases. And whereas public health agencies work closely with emergency management, fire, EMS, healthcare partners, schools, businesses, and local governments to prepare for and respond to wildfires, floods, tornadoes, chemical exposures, and extreme heat and cold. And whereas public health professionals promote wellness and partner with communities to address mental health, substance abuse, physical activity, nutrition, and access to healthy food, and the root causes of chronic illnesses such as cancer, heart disease, and stroke, chronic lower respiratory disease, and diabetes. And whereas the Delta County Public Health Agency serves as a critical line of defense in responding to public health emergencies, working every day, often behind the scenes, to ensure safe food, control disease outbreaks, reduce chronic disease, promote and support healthy families and communities. And whereas Delta County Public Health collaborates with healthcare providers, schools, emergency services, and community organizations to address complex challenges to improve outcomes for residents. And whereas the 2026 theme of National Public Health Week is Ready, Set, Action, recognizing how public health has improved our daily lives, safeguarded our air and water, expanded our lifespans, and strengthened our communities. And we honor the public health workers who show up for us every day to advocate for policies and practices that promote good health for all communities, including the 10 employees at Delta County Public Health Agency, 2,430 employees at Colorado's 56 local public health agencies, and 1,746 employees at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment and our many community partners. Therefore, we do hereby proclaim April 6th to the 12th, 2026 as Public Health Week in Delta County, this 7th day of April, 2026.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll go ahead and
Absolutely. Take care.
Yes, we are.
Even Red, come on up. I'll let you guys.
you can right here.
You gotta step on one.
Okay.
Why don't you do? Great. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did we?
Especially her jokes. Huh?
Good luck. You get more shit like that.
Next on your agenda is Special Olympics for Delta County on May 1st, 2026 with Ronnie Arrington. Yes, we can postpone them. Okay, board consideration of a resolution concerning adoption of the revised Delta County standards and policy for road naming and addressing in unincorporated areas. GIS Director Mary Durko is here.
Good morning.
Alright, so I'm presenting the resolution. For standards and policy for road naming and addressing in the county area, unincorporated area. Presented this last year, I think it was about a year ago, was the most recent revision. Since then, I've made a few edits and improvements, and I can quickly go through a few of them.
Yeah, what's changed?
But the content is really the same. Added like table of contents, some formatting changes to the outline and the spacing and font. I added the number lines to the left, so reference to specific areas in the document. Title to the header. That's pretty much it. There were a few like typos I took care of. That's mainly what this update is about. It is what this update is about.
Gary, is there any policy or changes that would affect how people actually get an address change? Or is it mainly formatting and?
No, there's been no change to that information. It's the same as it's always been.
And people can submit the name of the street or road that they would like, and then you kind of make sure it's not a different type of spelling that is regularly known in the English language or too
Yeah.
long of a name.
Yeah, the standards for road naming, the guidelines are in the back in appendix E. And so, anytime somebody submits a road name, we ask them to review this before they submit one, and then, we review it and make sure it follows all of these guidelines. And then see if there's a similar road name in a neighboring county that it might conflict with or somewhere else in one of the towns, so you check for that.
Okay, thank you.
Also run it past like stakeholders, like dispatch, Chris, to see if anybody thinks that it won't sound right on radio, or if there's a conflict. If somebody once, for example, wanted Ace at like Lane, and we denied it because it was too close to Ace Hardware.
Hmm,
An example.
okay,
And how often do you get applications to change a road name?
Well, rare to never.
Hmm.
Mostly the road changing only happens if we identify an area of conflict. Where there's duplicate roads in maybe the same postal address.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's naming new roads. Naming driveways that have continued development. So,
okay.
Yeah, what number will this be?
Number 3.
Well, I'll move the board approve resolution number 2026 R03, a resolution concerning the adoption of the revised Delta County standards and policy for road naming and addressing in unincorporated areas.
I will second the motion.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye. Thank you. So done. And you have a resolution for us?
I don't have a clean,
Okay,
so.
okay. We'll wait for that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gary, thanks for your hard work on that one.
Next for your consideration is possible award of final bid for 2026 RFP 02 purchase and programming of public safety radios. Chris Fields.
Commissioners,
Good morning.
Chris?
this is going to probably be a long explanation. So this is a continuation of the Office of eHealth Innovation grant that we got for the hospital distributed antenna system that you awarded the contract for on the 31st. This grant, when we applied for it, was a total of $570,800. That the whole purpose of the grant is to enhance communication interoperability for healthcare. So the biggest component of that was the hospital and improving cell and radio communications within the hospital. Another project is to add Starlink internet to EMS units in the county. So EMS has connectivity to the hospital and providers wherever they are, and dispatch wherever they are in the county through satellite internet on the ambulance. And then the third project is to bring Cedar Ridge and Delta fire departments up to a modern radio system, because they're both primarily utilizing the VHF, which is analog radios, for their daily communications. Whereas the sheriff's office, all law enforcement, EMS, and the other three fire departments all use the state DTR system, which is digital radio. So it creates chaos on scenes when Cedar Ridge and Delta are on one system, everyone else is on a different system, and they can't talk to each other. So as part of this, as we're enhancing the capability of radios in the hospital, we want to make sure the two closest fire departments that are responding to the hospital can talk with all their partners, which is Delta and Cedar Ridge. So we've earmarked a significant portion of the grant to go towards purchasing radios for those two fire departments. So we put out RFP 02 and asked for 3 different line items with the intent that we could individually award them, or we can award it to all one vendor. What we asked for is line 1 is a single band 800 megahertz. So this is the radio that will go to the line firefighters. Line 2 is a dual band VHF and 800 megahertz radio. And the plan there is to purchase 19 radios that we're going to give 2 to each of every fire department, EMS agency, emergency management, the ER at the hospital, and public health. So if we have an incident, all the leadership, the chiefs, assistant chiefs of each of those entities has an identical radio with identical programming, then we avoid any communication issues between the agencies. And then the third is there's a base station for paging out those 2 fire departments in the back room of our sheriff's office and our radio room that is over 15 years old, probably 20 years old, and it's failing. Last year when we did the power shut-offs to upgrade the generator for the jail, it didn't come back up, and the fire departments lost all communication with dispatch for a couple days because that went down. So because that is end of life, we wanted to use this grant to help fund that upgrade as well. So those are the 3 line items. We received, you have the bid tally, bids from 4 vendors across the state, quoting a mixture of BK Technologies, Tate, Kenwood, and Motorola Solutions. I met with Cedar Ridge and Delta Fire last week, and they decided, based on knowledge and their experience with the radios that were quoted and other experiences with other neighboring fire departments, that they wanted to go with the Kenwood VP 8000 radio, which only one vendor quoted, and it's the vendor that they want to deal with anyway. 2-way communications at a Grand Junction. He's our closest available retailer. We have great experiences working with them at the county and the fire departments. So the recommendation would be to award all 3 line items to 2-way communications. The bid tally sheet that they submitted was based on the set quantity of radios. Looking at the available budget in this grant, we were able to add some additional features that we wanted on these radios, so the cost has changed from what is quoted on the bid tally. In the end, we want to purchase 36 radios for the line one for the firefighters, so that'll be divided in half, with each fire district receiving 18 radios, and then 19 radios on line two to go to command, and then the line three as quoted for the paging system. So with the added expense, some of the things that we chose to add onto these Kenwood radios is the ability to program them over Wi-Fi in the station, which is huge, so that the programmer doesn't have to physically touch each radio. They can all be docked and programmed over Wi-Fi. Some instant recall recording, so that if somebody misses a transmission on the radio, they can push a button on it and it will repeat back the last transmission. And then some fire safe technology that's kind of locks the radio so it can't inadvertently be turned off or switch to a different channel during operations on the fire ground, which I think is a great new technology feature that's been rolled out on these Kenwood radios. So with those and additional programming charges for a little bit more radios, the total comes to $241,658.50. So I would ask that we award the bid for that amount. And we also set aside $42,000 for the hospital project as a contingency fund, and request if we don't need that money for the hospital as a contingency, that we emergency management be able to work with two-way communications to put that towards an additional 10 radios if not needed. Questions?
Well, Chris,
Lots of questions.
I threw a lot at you.
I see you got your four vendors listed here, and I'm looking down at the programming costs, and it says 150 a unit, 100 a radio, 125 a radio, and then there's a lump sum on two-way communications. Does that include all the radios then?
So that 955 on like line one was for the 24 radios that we had asked for in that line item. And then he clarified that any additional radio over 24 is is $25 per radio. So there will be an additional $300 on top of that for those radios. And then the page two on line two, or not page two, it's actually page three of the bid tally, that $805 plus 25 would be the programming cost for those dual band.
Okay.
So Chris, I'm gonna back you up a little bit. So line one, the radios for Cedar Edge and Delta, instead of 24, you're getting 36, correct?
The per unit cost with the additional features brings it to $4,025.76 per radio.
What's the total for the 36 radios?
$144,927.40.
Okay, line two, the 19 radios for command.
The per radio is $46.75.58, and the total is $88,836.10. And line three stays the same as quoted at $45.11.
I don't see 4511.
The last one,
Page 4,
Oh, I see it
line
now.
3.
And that total then is 241,658.50.
Correct.
And this is all covered by the grant funding.
Yes.
And this will be compatible with all the other radios you got in service.
Yes.
I know you've been very frustrated with the radio systems.
Yeah, we could have a whole meeting just on the radio system, but
We're not going to.
we're we instead of trying to mix systems, the fire chiefs and I are in agreement. We want the same model, same programming, because when you buy radios are like buying a car, and you can have different features, and if you have different features, the programming is not the same, and it's a different code plug. So these will be all one code plug. The dual bands have VHF in them, but the Kenwood system's a lot easier and you can blow it in a lot easier. And the fact that we have two-way communications right here in Grand Junction, and hopefully with this Wi-Fi programming, that if there was an urgent change, if they were all docked in the station, theoretically, he can program them remotely.
And what's the life cycle on these radios?
Well, they're running radios that are 20 years old, so I would think at least 10 to 15 years old. Unless the state changes some major component in the system, but I don't see that happening because that would be millions of dollars to the state and the state's broke.
You've spent a lot of time on this, and I really appreciate that. 'Cause this will
It's a-
really clean up a lot of the communications issues you guys been having.
Yes. This grant was a huge blessing for infrastructure upgrades between the hospital and the fire departments. It's much needed stuff that if we didn't have this grant funding, there'd be no way that we'd have $241,000 to invest in radio communications.
All the questions I have, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other
I've
questions?
got no more questions.
Well, I'll move the board approve two-way communications in the amount of $241,658.50 for RFP 2026-02 for the purchase and programming of public safety radios.
I will second the motion.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye, so done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your hard work, Chris.
And I can keep you updated if we need that contingency funds for the hospital or if we can invest that in some original radios.
Okay.
Okay, if we could pause commissioner business, move to service award recognition. It is 9 a.m. We'll let those in the hallway come in. Three awards for Carrie Durko, EIS Director, Mike Gibson, District 3, and Lori Kressler, Human Services. Lori's crew is coming in now.
quite true.
Well, welcome, everybody. Great day to be here, and we have these three individuals we'd like to recognize for their contribution to Delta County. 10 years for Carrie Durko, it goes by pretty fast. Mike Gibson, District 3, 25 years, holy cow. And then Lori Kressler, Human Services, for 30 years of service. You must have started when you were 16 or something.
I was sure.
Well, if you would come up, we've got some handouts for you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Some in the hallway.
Thank you. Gibson, there you go. Thank you.
It's basically, you know. I'm a little concerned. This is gonna die. Everybody smile. Everybody smile. Hold your awards. Welcome.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for
Nicole's got green hair.
Hey, Nicole? Nicole? What's the signature of the green hair? Is that? Giddy up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys. Next then, board's consideration and possible award of final bid 2026 RFP 10, the previous Delta Police Department building remodel or probation. And Commissioner Fuller, I'll let you take the lead on this.
Okay, Matt, come on up. So this is obviously the building across the street that we purchased last March, closed on at the end of March last year, with the intention of putting the probate department in the building. So we are now at that point where we have gotten the state involved. They have sent over their judicial architect, who has taken the floor plan that engineering provided with them for them, and has come up with a floor plan of what they would like to see happen in the building to meet their needs for now and into the future. So we took that plan, given to us by Elizabeth Romanowski, and Mr. Matt ran with it and was able to secure some funding for us through the underfunded courthouse cash fund, it's called, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So he did all that legwork for us, and here we are. It's an 80-20 match, so it's 80% on the state and 20% county funded. We were projecting somewhere in the 4 to 420 range, and the bids we got back somewhere way more than that, or somewhere just slightly under that. So we've got two bidders here today for your consideration. KR Construction Group out of Colorado Springs. Again, they were supplied the same floor plan, or ran the same floor plan. We had a mandatory walkthrough about 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago. We had pretty good crowd show up. There were some questions that were generated that were attempted to answer, and here we are with two bidders. Second bidder is North Peak Construction out of Grand Junction. We're familiar with them, having done the jail remodel with them and other projects as well over the years that I may or may not be aware of. But after all is said and done, at the end of the day, we're comparing hopefully apples to apples here, and the numbers are about double from one to the other. And so our recommendation today is that we award the bid to number one, KR Construction Group out of Colorado Springs. So we are here for questions you may have.
And what was the total of their bid?
I'm sorry, bidder number one, KR Construction, the grand total, we actually split it off into a couple different ways. We asked them to do the potential change out or upgrade in the HVAC system, by saying that 4 times fast. And then they both split that off. So the grand total for KR came in at $357,594.23. The grand total for bidder number two, North Peak out of Grand Junction, came in at $712,232. They both have an anticipated staging time frame of about 2 weeks. Once they're awarded the bid, we'll get a contract from them, look it over, and we'll proceed from there.
And both are completing in August.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
They were both kind of thinking the award would come by the end of the month, so here we are a week into April, so that may bump that a month, or a week, I mean, a week or two, but it should be done by the end of August, regardless. So that would keep us in the third quarter and give us some time at the end to pick up all the loose ends and kind of make sure things, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. Get the punch list through, and the time frame on the grant is this calendar year, so that's in frame with what the state wants to see happen with their end of things. They're their payout is January 1 to December 31st. So, and this is a reimbursable grant, so we'll be submitting invoices to the state after we pay them to the bidder, to the contractor.
So it's an 80-20 grant. If we went with bidder one, our share would be about 71,518.
Give or take, yes. We kind of tentatively set aside about 80,000 in this year's budget for this project, knowing this was coming up.
Anything you'd like to say, Matt, concerning this? Got it all,
think
okay, thank you,
Commissioner Fuller has it, yeah.
okay.
Well, Matt literally does all the work. I mean, it's.
He doesn't it?
Let's not lie about that, okay? These guys they're so good at what they do and they go looking for this stuff, and I had a 12-minute in-person, hi, how you doing? We'd really like to have you work with us, and turned around and came home, and so they did their work.
You ready?
Yep.
Well, I would like to move the Delta County accept bidder number one for 2026 RFP 10, BKR Construction Group out of Colorado Springs for the building remodel of the old Delta County or Delta City Police Department in the amount of $357,594.23 with special recognition to Mr. Matt Jennings for his hard work in getting this pulled together.
I will second that motion.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so done. Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Matt.
Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next for your consideration is just a ratification of the board signatures on the resolution participating Colorado County supporting the evaluation of a regional nuclear life cycle innovation campus. Commissioner Coates.
Yes, this is this nuclear life cycle innovation campus is part of a regional Department of Energy look at where they might put a new campus to do the research and development for workforce, supply chain, fuel cycle, and infrastructure systems. Both Club 20 and Association of Governments of Northern Colorado support this. This has been something in the works for about 2 years now. Delta County has been part of those groups and has been supportive of this. This is only the first submittal. This does not obligate Delta County to any financial or other requirements here, but showing support for this kind of innovation campus. So this would be a ratification of the signed document.
Well, we appreciate you taking the lead on this, Wendell, and I've been involved a little bit, just kind of hearing bits and pieces, and I'm in agreement with what the ideas are here and how we move forward to meet the electrical demands that are coming down upon us. So I think this is just part of the equation here.
You want to make a motion?
I will make a motion that we ratify the resolution.
Ratify the signatures.
Ratify the signatures on the resolution of participating in Colorado counties supporting participation in the evaluation of a regional nuclear life cycle innovation campus.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, so done. Thank you.
Okay, next is consideration of a resolution designating a project director and approving the grant agreement for the North Fork Valley Airport pavement maintenance. The resolution authorizes the chairman to sign the agreement via sign. County Engineer Tim Peckin is here.
Morning, Board. Good morning. As Robbie just stated, this is a consideration for a resolution to consider designating a project director, approving the grant agreement, and authorizing the chair to sign via DocuSign. This is a state grant State funds are $630,000, a local match of 70,000 for a total of 700,000. This is for the pavement maintenance at North Fork Valley Airport. Part of that local match, Paonia is obliged to, it's a 25-75 split, 25 for Delta, 75% for Paonia. The grant expires June 30th, 2029. This is in the design stage. Anticipated construction would probably be 27 or 28. Do you have any questions?
Paonia is aware of their share.
I believe so.
Yes.
And this has been a project that's been in the works for
Yes.
multiple years.
With discussions with CDOT, we were talking about doing the pavement maintenance to extend the life of the current pavement out there and then do major rehab several years down the road. This is to extend the life of what's there.
And the county share on this is 17,500, and that's 75-25 split. And I believe we budgeted that.
We did.
What is the resolution number when? Oh,
04.
4.
You got this one, you want me to? Go ahead. I'll move the board approve and authorize the chair to sign a resolution designating a project director and approving the grant agreement for the North Fork Valley Airport Pavement Maintenance Project. The resolution authorizes the chair to sign, and this would be resolution 2026 R04.
I will second the motion.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. And I have a resolution here.
You have the county resolution. You should get several documents via DocuSign and an email. There'll be an Exhibit B, which will need your signature. And the award letter should need your signature as well, I think. But that'll all come DocuSign.
Thanks, Tim, for the diligence on this for
Right.
years now. Next then is the letter of agreement regarding the national forest payments in accordance with the Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act. Approximately a month ago, Delta County and County Treasurer Lisa Tafoya were notified that the U.S. Congress would be providing additional funds for previously dollars through Secure Rural Schools. And this letter of agreement then was put into place, and you awarded the funds to the Road and Bridge and to the Delta School. The first payment, there was not enough dollar to allocate for the Title III. Remember, the Title III uses are specified in the original act for community wildfire protection plans or for reimbursement for county emergency response services. Lisa Tafoya and I worked, and when the actual dollars were secured in the county accounts, then Lisa drafted this amendment to the original agreement, then allocating the additional funds to the county contingency and the Title III in the amount of $29,895.69. And this would be for the chair to sign. And once the chair signs, I will work with Karen Gibson, superintendent of the schools, to also sign. Any questions?
I have none. Seems like we do this should be doing it annually.
Mhm. Yeah, I have no question.
Well, then I will make a motion. We enter into this letter of agreement with the National Forest Payments Funding. And that amount was $29,895, Robbie,
$29,895 and
69.
69 cents.
and authorize chair to sign.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay. Do you have that letter?
It's right, oh, right here.
Last one then.
Okay, next for your consideration is the appointment of Russell Coover from District 2 to the Delta County Planning Commission. Commissioner Fuller?
Mr. Gardner got an application from Mr. Coover, and his desire to sit on the planning commission a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. I visited with Mr. Coover. He is more qualified. I believe he'll be a good addition to the planning commission. He has 30 years experience in construction background. He got out of that and went into law enforcement, was in law enforcement for about 13 years. Front Range, and then he was in La Plata County for 5 years. Been here for about 5 years, and he most recently was a employee out at the fairgrounds, grounds maintenance guy out there, and so he's transitioning into a new role here as a volunteer on the planning commission. And talked with him, like I said, I've known him for several years. I think he'll be a terrific asset to the planning commission. I think he's got a real level head and thinks things through carefully. He doesn't make rash decisions, and my recommendation would be that we approve the appointment of Russell Coover to the planning commission for District 2.
What's the term on?
3 years.
3 years. I'll second Russell Coover's nomination.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion?
Just clarifying, he is retired from Delta County. He is no longer a county employee.
Officially retired.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
I
Aye, so done. Thank you. And thank for Russell to be able to volunteer for this board. Finding volunteers is kind of a trick sometimes. Thank you, Russell.
Okay, Lindsay, you're up with the schedule.
oh yeah.
Lindsay, I know you and others are working on the commission's updates on the website. Could you give us an update on that while you're doing the schedule?
Yeah.
Sure.
We are upgrading our board and commissions portal, so it will be easier for the community to apply and follow the updates on community boards and portal. It was quite a month, but we're very, very close to getting all integrated, updated, and so hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll have it up and running. And I should, sorry, and I can formally present it to you.
Okay.
Thank you. As for calendars. So today, being at 1 p.m., there's a human resource training with the board.
But we're gonna postpone that till next week. I know.
Okay.
I look with you.
Okay. At 3 to 5, there's a CDOT County City meeting. At 6 to 8, there's a Republican Party meeting. April 9th, there's an AGNP legislative poll. April 9th, just as a reminder, there's the Step in the Wellness Law, and other than that is at the Confluence Public. Just as a reminder, also as a community reminder, 2 events, April 9th at 5 is a really good video renovated Fairview Event Center. And on April 11th at 10 a.m. is the Skyway Station grand opening. So those are other community events. April 14th, 8:30 to 10 is the Board of County Commissioners standing work meeting. April 15th from 7:30 to 8:30 is legislative update. April 16th, 8:30 to 10 is another legislative call, Region C. April 16th, Region 10 Executive Committee meeting, 12:30 to 2:30. April 17th through April 18th is the spring conference. April 21st is our next regularly scheduled Board of County Commissioners meeting. April 21st at 1:30 is a work session with Bread and Bridge. April 21st at 3:30 is Board of Health meeting. April 22nd at 9 is a Rangeley Board meeting. April 23rd, AGNC legislative call. April 28th is a free community family fair that's hosted by our Human Services Department. That's at 3:30 at the Delta Family Center. April 30th at 8:30 is another agency legislative call.
I think we got one deletion there, Lindsay, isn't the third week of April. We're doing every other month now for the Board of Health meetings. So we met in March, so we won't meet again until May.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Otherwise, Mike and I would have been here by ourselves again.
I'll have that fixed on your calendars as well, so it's fine. Anything else?
Lindsay, I missed something on the 14th. You said there's a work session.
Standing work session from 8:30 to 10.
Yeah, is that to have those on the regular
Yeah.
schedule calendar?
I'll be at that energy symposium.
Tuesday?
Yeah, 14th.
I thought that started in the evening.
You're right.
Okay.
So neither. Okay.
So today, the 1 o'clock meeting,
Will
it
not happen.
will not happen.
Schedule that for next week.
Okay.
So it should be the same time.
Let me work with the commissioners and Michelle, please.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
Okay, thank you very much, Lindsay, for that. Right up the jail report. For Monday, March 23rd, 2026, Delta County Detention Facility Population Count Report, male inmates County Jail 23, female inmates County Jail 4, for a total of 27. Average daily inmate population for the week of 3/16/26 through 3/23/26 was 34.94. Monday, March 30th, Delta County Detention Facility Population Count Report, male inmates County Jail 27, female inmates County Jail 4, female inmates Department of Corrections 1, for a total of 32. The average daily inmate population for the week of 3/23/26 through 3/30/26 was 38.41.
Excuse me.
We have the public hearing for natural medicine at 9:30.
Okay. Should we go ahead and just roll into that?
Can we take a quick comfort break?
Okay, we'll adjourn for 7.5 minutes. Okay, we'll come back on for our continuing of our BOCC meeting, and now we have the public hearing for natural medicine. How do you want this to proceed?
Planning Director Sean Gardner is here.
Okay,
Yes, I believe that being called for is an extension of the moratoriums for natural medicine business. The draft of the amendment to the land use code is fairly well prepared, I think for public review, but there are several other revisions and amendments that need to be put into the land use code. And so all those are being bundled and near completion and close to the time to go through public review. So we just need an extension of time to allow that process to be completed.
The previous moratorium has just about lapsed or has?
I believe it lapsed on April 1st.
Okay.
So you're looking for time on this, 6 months, 3 months? You wanna just make it 6 and then rescind it when we need to?
I think so. I think making it 6 would make sense.
Okay.
9 months is a nice round number. Put it in at 27. No.
It's not divisible by 7.
We do need to open a public hearing.
Okay. Anybody in the room that would like to address the moratorium on the natural medicines? Anybody online, Lindsay? Okay, we'll close the public hearing portion of it then. And you have the,
I'll have that over for board consideration, both this.
Okay.
And get over for signatures.
okay. Do we need 2 motions? Since there's 2 topics or just the one
You're
motion?
only dealing with natural medicine right now, and I would assume in a few minutes you're gonna deal with BES. Those are separate agenda items.
On the agenda.
Okay.
Yes, it's on the agenda.
Okay. So I guess you got one on your agenda.
Yeah, we'll deal with Beth next time on that. So just the one motion continuing the temporary moratorium.
In authorizing the resolution and.
Okay.
Is this number 5 then?
Yes.
I'll move to approve resolution number 2026 R05. A temporary moratorium on submission, acceptance, processing, approval of applications for the establishment of any business that cultivates, processes, or dispenses natural medicines, and the establishment of any business, occupation, or operation of healing centers for a 6-month period or until rescinded.
And the 6 month will run through October 7th, 2026.
Thank you.
I will second the motion.
Motion second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so done. Thank you. Thanks, Sean, for all your hard work you've been on this, the planning commission too, and the members. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that needs to come before the board?
I have none.
Okay. Well, we'll stand adjourned then. Thank you.
Thank you.